it's not taking me too long. Bye bye, Custard missile coming to a video. Gosh, that was a moment. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. 2 jobs for me today. One is to have a little tinker with that 75, and the other is have a little tinker with a ZR. Not so much a tinker as just make sure all still works. ZR, battery, stick it in. Before I crack on and do anything proper, I've got to do a little car shuffle. That's good. VVC. What does VVC stand for? Maybe it doesn't stand for anything. It looks like just a typical, rather unloved Rover 25 with some of those wheels on. What do you call them? What they're called? Hairpins, that's it, that haven't even been cleaned. But it's got discs on the back, which is unusual, and it's got vented discs on the front. And then around the back we can see a jockeying big exhaust and quite a few paint blemishes and cracks and not too tidy bits here and there. Oh, and a badge that doesn't actually belong there. The question is, should I take it out for a quick blast? It's not dreadfully loud, is it?
No, it's not.
Leather steering wheel as well.
Yep.
See you in a bit. Impromptu, not test drive of course, because there's just a little bit inside today's video. From the outside obviously it just looks like a rather uncared for 25, but it is a genuine GTI, not a pretend one, not one with a badge on. In fact, it hasn't got a badge on the back at all, which makes it even more sneaky. But I'm going to tell you what I think of it. And so far, it just drives like a 25. Brakes aren't quite as firm as you'd expect. What I need to do is give it a little blast. Yes. See what that VVC actually does when you put your foot down. And it just so happens there's a little spot up here where I can do that. Well, it's got a bit of poke, that's for sure. What are you doing? Why did you just do that, matey? Well, it's certainly got a bit of punch. It's not quite as neck-breaking, snortingly quick as I thought it might have been. But I'm used to having Nigel, which is surprisingly quick for just a 1.4. And I've definitely mentioned that before. I know I have. Fairly sure I have anyway. In one of my videos I'm sure I've said it's quite quick for what it is. But is this quicker? Yes. Oh, that is quick actually. It really sings away very nicely. That really does rev. It revs out. And now we're going at Kia Ceed speed. But I can't really overtake because there's a crossing just there, and that's what you might call a little bit against the rules. But it's not here. Got to properly rev it to make it work, I think. Then it really sings and flies. Yes, it does have quite a bit of torque steer, and I will say that. And we're in the dry. I would imagine in the wet, this might be just a bit of a handful. Yep, I can imagine it would be. Because it was wanting to tug me about a little bit just then. But I wasn't allowing it to because I was just not driving quite as stupidly as you might expect. It's a rather fruity sounding exhaust. But it's not too loud, I don't think. It's just, well, fruity. It's as fruity as Graham Norton having a party with Stephen Fry. There are plans for this car, I believe. He's going to have it all tidied up. Probably do something about these brakes as well. Back in the yard. And it does. Hello? It's the brakes are shit.
Yeah, they're awful, aren't they? I did warn you.
Yeah, no. It's got to 2 o'clock already on this lovely sunny day, and it's about time I took a look at Mr. Boaty's boat. If you was watching yesterday's video, you may have heard the voice of Boaty, who's a man I've come to know and quite like. And he is asked if I could look over his car as a sort of a review, as a sort of a pre-MOT test. And I said, yeah, okay, I can do that. So I'm about to do that right now. Now this is a Rover 75, as you can probably tell, and it's a diesel automatic. I did do a test on a Rover 75, that was Craig's, but that was a petrol. This is different, because it's a diesel, and it's an automatic. And when this car has its MOT, I shall take it for a test drive, and give you my opinion on it, as if you need it. In the meantime, I shall put it over here and have a look underneath it. So far, the handbrake's a bit weak, and it's on radio 4, but that doesn't surprise me one slightest. Well, it's a bit brown under there, but it all seems quite solid. It's got a nice patch welded there that really needs painting before it goes wrong. Look at this. Oh, brand new bits. So far, all quite good actually. These headlamps are a bit cloudy though. Probably going to get told about that. Yeah, those need a good polishing. Spotted these lock-in pliers down here, and it's not taken me too long to find out why they are here. Well, that's a pity because we have a stumbling block already, and that is if I can't get the bonnet open, it can't have an MOT. School run time. I was going to take Nigel, but this has got aircon and it works. What's happening with my beard? It seems to be splitting in the middle. It's getting ready for platting. Now you'd think, having driven that 25 GTI with the VVC engine, getting into something like Alfie with just 1.6 would feel a bit slow. But it doesn't, because at the low end, the torquey part is pretty much the same. It's just that with that car, once you start revving it, the revs go up, then it just goes a bit like that. Yeah, it does, yeah. I've just pulled into this car park just so I can get a quick picture of that Hillman there. Isn't that lovely? Good job. Give that man a ticket. Only trouble with having aircon is that as soon as you switch your engine off, you're getting warm straight away. But then, it's better than sitting outside somebody's house, outside of school, with your engine chugging away. Coming to a video very soon. Just waiting for the man. Yes, I did say that. The man. The man coming to pick up the Custard missile. The Custard missile has got a new home. It's just got to be picked up and taken there. That's going to be happening any minute now. Just waiting now for this chap to turn up. As you can see, it's just a little bit on the busy side. So I thought it'd be best to wave him in because he's got a trailer. Bye bye, Custard missile. That's what I want. A trailer like that. And get rid of my old recovery truck. That would make sense. Ladies first. What a truly eventful day. That's the kind of day I like. Having my friend David come by and having a blast in the Rover 25 GTI. Not being able to open the bonnet on a Rover 75. Having a chippy dinner with the senior mustard. Seeing some progress on an interesting project car with an A-series engine. And then finally, the Custard missile finds a new home and off it goes. And it will indeed be turned into a track day car. Yes, that's interesting. Hopefully that chap will be sending on details of how the progress is going with that as well, because I would like to see it again. Well, as if today wasn't exciting enough. Just got back in, getting changed. Well, I didn't actually get changed. About to get changed. And I realised the envelope with the money in wasn't there. And dashed back to work just to see. I actually left it on the bench. I thought I dropped it outside the car. Gosh, that was a moment.